Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, bringing you an update to my Necrons. Today is Friday, November 18th, which means it is day 14 of my 30-day challenge to build and paint a 2,000 point Necron army from scratch. Well, I have 1,800 points painted, and I'm very surprised I was able to get so much done so quickly, but I'm very happy as well because I'm thinking I'm going to increase the challenge from 2,000 to 3,000 points because 2,000 points just doesn't seem enough. It feels like there's too many things that I'm missing from my army, that I don't have enough flexibility. But anyways, let's take a look at what I have. This right here is my 1,800 point list. So let me go through what I have. And this is a fully legal 1,800 points, even though, as you'll find out, we have 4 extra warriors left over, but I can really just take one out of one of the vehicles and make it 5. But we'll get into that in a second. So, as you've seen in the last update, we have our Overlord. With the upgrades and everything, he's up to 150 to 175 points. And so that's how I'm counting him, because I actually will be taking a lot of those upgrades each time. And then we have the Lord, who I still got to remember to put that rod in there. So I guess he's not officially done, but we'll say he is. He's got a Resurrection Orb, and then I usually give him Mind Shackle Scarabs as well, so he's 80 points. Got a group of Lich Guard, who are 200 points with their War Scythes. I've been seeing them played in games, and I actually think that they might be useful. I just have to probably add a few more. 5 doesn't seem like it'll do it. We have an Doomsday Arc. I don't know why I keep calling it Annihilation Barge, but I do. Doomsday Arc. This is new from the last time I made a vlog update. And then I've added a second Ghost Arc, because I think they're awesome, and they look great, and they actually worked really well in battle. The one time I used them. And then I have 24 Warriors. Now, in an actual game, I'll be bringing 2 groups of 10 in Ghost Arcs, or maybe 2 groups of 9 with a Lord or a Cryptek once I upgrade it. But for now, this is legitimate, because like I said, I could always just pull out 1 from an arc, and then there's another legal 5 points. So I wanted to make sure that whatever I created was a legitimate army. And then over here we've got our 6 Scarab Swarms from before, our 5 Death Marks from before, our 10 Immortals from before, and then I've added on a Catan, which with the upgrades I'm going to give him, he's probably going to be 265 points. I tried to go for some cool gold blending, but it just didn't work out. So I'm not very happy with him. He might look okay on camera, but a lot of the details are they could be a lot better, let me just put it that way. Did some blending on his horns things, so there actually is some blending there. So I'm happy with some parts of how he turned out, but a lot of the gold didn't work. I think it might have been the colors I was using. I was using some Reaper paints, and I don't think the colors were the best. So that might be what it is. So basically, from the last time that we talked, I had 900 points. I've added in, let's see, I'm trying to remember what I had painted. I did have the Immortals and Death Marks painted. I think I've added in a Ghost Arc, the Doomsday Arc, and the Catan for sure, and then some other guys as well. It might have been the Death Marks or the Lich Guard or something. I can't quite remember. Or maybe it was the Necron Lord. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all this. Anyway, so there is my 1,800 points right there. And we've already done 2 battle reports with Necrons this week. One is already up on MiniWarGaming.com, and the other one will be going up probably on Monday or Tuesday. And then the other one I'm having a 3rd game today. So the first game was Necrons versus Dark Eldar, which I'm not going to tell you how it finished, but it was only 1,250 points on Monday. It was a Cities of Death one, so it was actually an unusual game for a first game for the Necrons. So it gave me a good idea of how the different units worked out, but not an incredibly good idea of how they will work in general. And that one's up on MiniWarGaming.com right now. I'll put a link right below this video to that. And then the second one I just played yesterday was, I played against Necrons. It was 1,750 points, and I played my Tyranids. So that was interesting as well, because it was more old school Necrons. The guy had an army from before, and he was just using a new codex. He only added a couple new things. So he's using new rules, but a lot of warriors, only a few Immortals, and lots of Scarab Swarms, even some flayed ones, and his Monolith. The things that you would typically see in an older army. So we got to see how those worked in the new codex, whereas my army, I'm trying to fill it mostly with new stuff. Like we got the 24 warriors and the 6 Scarab Swarms. We got the Catan from before, but he has different rules. And we've got the Lord from before, but we've got lots of new Immortal kits, Death Marks, Lich Guard, the Overlord, Ghost Arcs, Doomsday Arcs. So here's what I'm thinking. And I need your advice. Do you think I should do 3,000 points? So what you can do, if you're on MiniWarGaming, click the Facebook like to tell me if you want me to, then go ahead and like that. If you're on YouTube, then click the like button right there. And the more likes I get, the more it'll tell me if I should try the 3,000 points. You can also leave a comment below what you think and what you think I should add for the last 1,000 points. I have a pretty good idea what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to add 2 more Ghost Arcs, and I'm going to open up another box of Warriors. And then I'll have 4 Ghost Arcs and 36 Warriors, so there'll be 9 in each Ghost Arc, and then they can start to be accompanied by Lords and Cryptex. I'm going to add a couple more Lords, a couple more Cryptex, another 10 Immortals. That's how I'm going to finish off this 2,000 points. I'm going to be adding 10 more Immortals. And then with the 2 more Ghost Arcs, I'll actually have all 6 troop choices filled out, because you can only have 10 Immortals in a group, but you can have up to 20 Warriors, but only 10 in a Ghost Arc. And since I want to have them accompanied by a Lord, then I can only have 9 in a Ghost Arc, so 4 times 9 is 36, which is perfect because 3 boxes of Warriors is 36 Warriors. So it actually works out quite nice. Kind of like the hot dogs and hot dog bun thing, that if you get just the right amount of both, you can actually have an equal number of buns and hot dogs. And then I'll have another 3 Scarab Swarms from that box as well, which will make a nice healthy group of 9 Scarab Swarms, which will work very well. And then I'm thinking of adding maybe a second Doomsday Arc. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to fill out the last 200 or 300 points. I want to have some flexibility so I can play different kinds of games, but I also want to have a valid 3,000 point army. So if I wanted to play all 3,000 points non-apocalypse style, I could. So leave some comments below what you think I should do with that. And also, hopefully this is encouraging you to paint your models. I'm not the best painter in the world. Now, some people have said you can't downplay your painting too much because there's people that are worse than you and you're going to make them feel bad. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to let you know I'm not a Golden Demon level painter, and I realize that some people would not want to do 2,000 points in 30 days because they'd actually want to spend more time converting and painting a lot better. I'm not one of those people. I'm the type that likes to get a big army done quickly because I really enjoy playing with them, but I definitely don't want to play with gray armies. I just have this thing. I can't play with unpainted models. It bothers me. And I'm actually serious. It's just not as fun. I'd like to have a good-looking army in the battle. I think half the fun of playing these games is to have what looks like a great battle on the board. So good terrain and good-looking models. So I've had the pleasure of that with all my battle reports, that people are bringing painted armies because they have to in order to be featured in a battle report. And that's thanks to you guys complaining that too many people were playing with unpainted armies. So that's why we switched it. So I do listen to your comments, and we do try to improve according to what you'd like us to do. Anyways, this is getting long enough. It's almost at 8 minutes already. So I'm going to continue with this. You can follow. I'll put a link below. I have a journal on the forum, as well as I'll put a link below to all the other Necron videos I've been doing. I've been doing unboxing. I've been doing rules discussions and other stuff like that. And also leave a comment below what other kinds of videos you'd like me to make with the Necrons. That's what I actually need you to do. So if you only leave one comment, leave what you want me to do. Do you want me to do more tutorials, like painting tutorials? I'm not a great painter, but I can show you how I painted them. Or do you want me to do more reviews, more rules discussion, tactics? Although I haven't played a lot of games yet to do tactics, I can still do some basic stuff. Do you want me to do more battle reports? What is it that you'd like me to do? Leave a comment below. And like I said, if you want me to do the 3,000 points in 30 days instead of just 2,000, go ahead and like the video on Facebook. Or if you're on YouTube, just click the like right below. This is Matthew from MiniWarGaming. Happy wargaming. Vehicles, but let's ignore that. So any model that suffers 1 or more unsaved wounds from a weapon or model with this special rule immediately loses its armor save for the remainder of the battle. Okay? Now, here's the question. What if that model has feel no pain? Would it still lose its armor save for the rest of the game if it fails its armor save but makes its feel no pain? So if we turn to the main